Vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Dr. Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, said Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka is supporting fraud and injustice, going by his recent statement on the presidential election. Datti, who expressed surprise at Soyinka's late-hour intervention in issues around the flawed 2023 elections, wonder where was he all this while? That's a good question, and that's what everyone has been asking. One of those who should ordinarily and rightfully be honored as the conscience of the nation, Professor Soyinka, is not criminalizing, dissenting, and in fact weighing in one of the side of fraud and injustice, he said. That in a statement by Obidati Media Office said he would not take up Soyinka's challenge for a public debate, but stated he was not doing so out of cowardice but for cultural and political reasons. According to the statement, culturally it is not decent for him to debate with Soyinka because of age difference and accomplishment gaps, adding that it is not wise for Datti to sit opposite the 88-year-old global icon and point at his folly to his face, even if the old man called for it. And politically, there is no basis for such a challenge in that, Professor, it is not on any of the opposite ballots. If, however, he can use his influence to drag his preferred candidate, who resisted debate throughout the campaign, to the studio this second, Darcy says he is more willing to take them on. It's unfortunate. It was once a conscience of our society, but has painfully lost it. Professor of Agberu, people should know that the big masquerade is old in the head and overlook this late flaw. Soyinka in his twilight hours choose to be the laundering man of men that got drunk and injured themselves, pouring blood and poo in their garments. The strength will not leave Soyinka till he dies. That he have uncommon wisdom, and every time I feel this match was the best ever. Soyinka, I thought you are serious. Gone are those days when we continue to celebrate people with exterior motives in our culture. Gone are those days when professors are no more what we used to know them. Imagine a professor rigging election in his or our country. The problem we are facing in our electoral system have been initiating and introducing by the common and illegal professors as running electoral officers. Yet they come out on social media to make unnecessary commentaries. Check their characters in our instructions and in the institutions. Believe me, you will see the stuff these guys are made of. He's been dining with the fraud for a long time. Maybe you didn't even know. Wisdom no be my mate, so really Soyinka fumbled woefully and shamelessly. How could he do that? Supporting fraud and evil is highly offensive and obnoxious. It is very disgusting. A Curtis is always a fraudster. Even his grammar always explain him personally. Nothing good can ever come out of him that will be of national interest. Okay, you can see how old men are denying their old age. Okay, poverty professor with no integrity and a dead legacy. Professor Soyinka has proved himself a purveyor of corruption and injustice on Nigeria, a Abidjan of evil, a self-promoting tribal bigot. He used the ouster of Jonathan to bring our doom in person of Buhari, used Buhari to dig our common grave, and is now poised to use Tinubu to finally bury Nigeria. If all the above are true, are they as they are wants to be about Soyinka does not constitute a huge slur on the Nobel Prize and its holder. The man is a complete abuse of noble institution. Don't forget that Wole Soyinka is a Yoruba man. No matter who his brother is or what he did, that tendency to still support him is still in his Wole Soyinka. Okay, this blood, Yoruba Eronu. Let me quickly appeal to the law of the exception to every rule and state that there are noble Yoruba men, though very, very few, who do not even fall into this category or classification. That is where Padibanjo and Obasanjo come in. May God give us new Nigeria with clean air, justice, and equity. Do you mean Wole Soyinka is a fraud professor? Professor Soyinka is a Yoruba man, period. I have a lot of respect for Wole Soyinka where he's still young, when he's still young and vibrant, and is used to be those days he would have been critical of this election. But age is not even respecter of any person. So the age is not saying that he should be saying something that is not right. Somebody of that noble, he didn't even all the things that have he didn't just even say anything. All the statements here and there by people who are suppressing people, and these are the people who always come out to say this fight for the rights of the people. People were suppressed, people were making all manner of a tribal whatever. The election that is supposed to speak about, talk about even INEC, forget if really the man is even sincere, let's even leave a Tinubu or the APC and the PDP and the parties, the political parties, talk about INEC, whether what they have done is fine, because it was based on what that he was talking about the election that made him state that comment that if Tinubu is being sworn in and the procedures were not followed, that means democracy has ended. That was what he picked and begin to run with that and left the main issue. And that's why people are like, is that what you're supposed to be saying? Because now these people want Nigerians to just believe or let us accept the rubbish that is going on. You know, just like the Buhari, they cherry pick, choose the whatever they will obey, the law they will obey. That is what they do. But when it comes to other people, they want to talk about the corruption and what have you. But when it comes to them, no, nobody should say anything. Well, why is Wole Soyinka supporting this daybreak robbery? Yes. Why is he supporting it? Is whatever is as good as what he feels. With all due respect, I think that by virtue of age, the man Soyinka is really fast losing touch with reality. He needs PAs now that his opinions and views are as unbecoming as they are embarrassing. He is just living in the past glory.